Welcome to Magic in the Metroplex. Today's show we have Richard Turner, card shark, card cheat, card mechanic, if you will. How you doing, Richard?
Very good, thank you.
So tell me about what you do here. I see all kinds of goodies in front of me.
Well, this is the board game that I've created. I've spent 5 years designing a gambling game that can be played with cards and a board that you can go around. These pieces of property can be purchased, and they represent saloons of the 19th century. And of course, going around the board, unlike a dice game where there's no, it's all pure luck. This game, all your moves around the board are based on how the cards come up as they're dealt. So you have options around this board. It's a game of skill that a person that plays bridge, gin rummy, even blackjack or poker will appreciate, because there's a lot of things that you can calculate. Plus, it's a game that is not hard to learn, but yet you can become better at it the more you play it.
And I've played it with you the other night. You can kind of plan on what you're going to do, your strategy, how to get your moves set up before you play the game, actually, or before the cards are dealt. How long did this take you to conceive and put together?
Well, I started about 5 years ago, and I have about 4,000 hours of work into it. And my partners in it are the creators of the game Trivial Pursuit, and they're working with me on licensing it and everything. It should be coming out real shortly.
Okay, you don't have any idea when? What year?
Hopefully this year.
Okay, in 88, 1988.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
But do you consider yourself a magician, or?
Well, I'm a card mechanic. Even though I can do work that a magician can do, the distinction is a mechanic is somebody who can control a card game. As a rule, magicians don't have those type of skills. For one thing, they're a lot harder to develop. They just take years for individual moves, like just dealing a second deal or a bottom deal. And so a mechanic is somebody who fixes a card game, and that's what I do. I demonstrate all different facets or ways you can be cheated at blackjack, poker, bridge, like dealing off the bottom, stacking a deck.
Do you ever gamble, or do you ever get to play?
I like to.
How about at the casinos in Vegas or something like that?
They have no sense of humor over there.
Is that right? What do you mean?
They only allow the unskilled to play. Professional persons, they will ask to leave the table.
Oh, so they won't let you play, in other words.
They won't let you play, deal, or anything.
Well, maybe we can combine the two and show us a little bit about how the game works, and go ahead and show us some card cheats or card mechanical
Oh, a few techniques?
work.
All right. Well, give the deck a quick shuffle, quickly.
Quick shuffle.
Yeah.
All right, you're going to put me on the spot here. See what kind of shuffling I got. That's good enough.
All right. We'll get something out real quick here for you to demonstrate with. Okay, the card, if you play through the night, the card you want to develop a touch for, of course, are the 4 aces.
Yeah, I would think.
Okay, 3 aces I'll leave on the bottom. Watch the ace of spades on top. Now, say you have a crooked dealer dealing blackjack. They deal the cards around the table. Only when they choose, they deal from the top. See, the card on top never moves. It's called dealing seconds. The card stays as I deal the card right underneath the top, and I'm doing it very slowly. And they're not off the bottom. The other aces are still there, and the first card was not an ace. See, in other words, they'd hold the card back that they want and deal the rest of the cards to the other players. Watch, say they're dealing for face up, like for stud poker or for blackjack. They deal the cards to the other players, keeping the ace to themselves. If they had a face card, they'd give them a blackjack, say. And even one-handed, it can be done. When the card's face down, so you can't tell. It's still there, the ace.
That's outstanding. Very good. Very good indeed. Now, that's controlling the deck. You also do, I saw you're fixed to do some magic for us where you feel the cards also, where you can name any number, and I want to try that. Yeah, that's another volunteer. I want to be able to do that.
Okay, just so you understand, this is the touch you have to have. Okay. Say number 10 to 20 to warm them up.
16.
16. Watch. See if there's 16 cards there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Right on the money.
We'll do it again, 1 to 52.
Oh,
but don't say 52.
Okay, I wouldn't. 52. Just give me 54.
Yeah, there you go. A couple jokers, yeah.
1 to 52. How about 30?
30?
Let's go
That's a
easy
good
up.
number. Try that. You might want to count them on the table for accuracy.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Outstanding. Very good. Very good. Now, so if I was to play this game with you, there's no way that I could win. There would be absolutely no way that I could win this.
Well, actually, this game, the players cannot cheat amongst themselves like in poker where people will team up against each other. Even the game Monopoly, people team up against each other.
You definitely.
But in this game, the dealer does control the game. If you're the dealer, you are in the driver's seat if you know how to handle the cards. But
yeah,
when I play,
when we play.
When I play with friends, I don't need to cheat.
Okay, well, Richard, well, we're going to let you set up your tables here and get some volunteers up here for you, and we're going to do your thing, your gambling act, and don't go away. We'll be right back. More magic in the Metroplex.
Good evening. My name is Richard Turner, and I'm a cheat. And tonight I want to tell you about the gamblers of the 19th century, whose motto was, "We earn money the old-fashioned way. We steal it." And the only place they would steal it was at the card table. And these guys won and lost incredible amounts of money, like George Duval. In his 40 years cheating on the Mississippi River boats, made over $2 million. Richard Canfield, in the 8 years he ran the Saratoga Club, won over $5 million. And he was only open 6 weeks out of the year. One of the biggest winners at the Saratoga Club was a man named John W. Gates. One night playing faro, he won $150,000. Sounds pretty good. Until you realize earlier that same day he lost $375,000 at the track. Now when he won, he took his wife out to dinner. When he lost, they fought. This night he took her out to dinner and beat the hell out of her. Anyway, you're probably wondering who these people are standing with me up here. Now, we have not prearranged anything, have we? You don't know what's going to happen, right?
No.
Not one thing. Well, I'd like to introduce them to you. They are two of the meanest, nastiest, roughest, toughest female gamblers of the entire 19th century. This is Alice Ivers, better known as Poker Alice. In her career, she shot 2 people, smoked long black cigars, drank her whiskey straight, and always read her Bible on Sunday. And over here, we have, would you put your arms through that hole there? And turn around. We have Kitty the Schemer. In the prone position, she was better known as Kitty the Screamer. She called herself the Queen of the Gamblers. This I believe. She ran the finest gambling and whorehouses. Where else? San Francisco. Now, to be good with your deck, your hands have to work independently of each other. Now, I'd like to show you all an exercise you can practice at home. Everybody, go ahead and set your cigar down, unless you're going to smoke it.
No.
Take your index fingers and point them at each other. If everybody does it, no one looks stupid. You look pretty stupid. With your left hand, make a circle towards you. With your right hand, make a circle away from you. One goes towards you, one goes away from you. Now, if they're both going away from you or both coming towards you, that's not correct. One goes towards you, one goes away from you. Reverse it. The other comes away from you, the other goes towards you. Okay, this time a little more interesting. With one hand, we're going to make a square, and the other hand, a triangle. Both hands together. Okay, go down, across, angle, over. Down, across, angle, over. Down, across, angle, over. Good. This time, a little more fun. A square and a circle. Got it?
Got it.
Now you'll know you're ready for the card table when, with one hand, you can make a 5-point star and a 3-point triangle. Got that? Good. Now, you're doing very well. Card sharks were known as mechanics or artists. And of course, the best known mechanic was Doc Holliday. You ever wonder why Doc Holliday gave up dentistry for the card table?
I've often wondered.
He went broke. Instead of pulling teeth, he shot them out of the mouth. Patients never got out of the chair and paid their bills. Now, there are things you should never do when you play cards, especially if you play for money. One thing is shuffle the cards with one hand. Tends to make people a bit suspicious, especially if they see you cut with one hand and shuffle with the other. Then they tend to think you have extra manipulative abilities. They get up and leave the table. You're left playing with yourself. Well, I have here a red deck and a blue deck. Would you each examine your cards? And you may shuffle them in any capacity you like. And while they do that, I'll tell you a little bit about my belt buckle. It is solid gold, and those are real diamonds, and I do carry a gun. Now, if you notice, those are aces and eights. You know what aces and eights is?
Yes.
It's the dead man's hand, right?
Oh, that's right.
You know where that expression came from?
No, I really don't.
When 1876, the famous frontiersman Wild Bill Hickok, for the first time in his career while playing poker, sat with his back to the door. Stupid move, because in walks broken-nosed Jack McCall, pulls a gun, shoots him in the back of the head. Now his cards fell out of his hand, exposing two pair, aces and eights. And from that point on, it's been known as the dead man's hand. Legitimate deck.
Right.
Okay, well, I want everybody to see it. It is a blue pack of bicycle playing cards. Now, to be a good cheat, you have to have a woman-pleasing touch. Right, Alice?
Yeah, right.
Right. Say a number 10 to 20, and that is the exact number of cards by thickness I'm going to cut and hand you. How many cards would you like, Kitty?
12.
12 cards. Would you count them out loud for us? 12 cards.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One's 11, and the other's 12.
Very good.
Exactly, sir.
Thank you. We'll do it again, make it a little more difficult. 1 to 52 this time, but don't say 52. I know a lot of people that can do that. 10 to 40, that's worse stuff. I'll let you choose the number. What would you like?
From 10 to 40?
10 to 40 is worse stuff.
22.
22? 22 cards. Okay, I'll take those so that, yeah, count those, 22. And would you hold the remainder for us?
Sure.
A little louder so we can all hear you.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22.
Very good. 22 cards by thickness. Would you hold the remainder of the deck? Now over here we have a red pack of bicycle playing cards. Now you shuffle them, correct?
Yes.
Now would you take the cards and start dealing the cards into my hand, one on top of the other, face down. Just start dealing, okay? Stop whenever you like. Just start dealing, and when you feel comfortable. Right there. Would you like to go one further? Would you like to go one back? Would you
No,
like to stay
no,
there?
that's
Okay,
fine.
would you take the card for me? Now, I don't want you to look at the card. But what I would like you to do is take this pen here and sign your name. Write your first name, your last name, and then write Poker Alice. Okay? Very good. Very good. I'll take that. Okay, cards are cheap, but pens are expensive. May I ask you a question? Are you an artist?
No.
Your signature kind of reminds me of one of the ladies at the old Texas Chicken Ranch claimed to be an artist. Would you do me a favor and cut your card to the center of the deck? Okay? Just cut it to the middle. Very good. Now I'd like you to feel the sides of this deck. So you know this is not a shaved deck or any off-sides cards. Run your hand up and down the sides of the deck. Keep doing it. Keep going. What are you doing later tonight? Just kidding, just kidding. Would you feel the ends, just so we can... Very good, okay? Did it feel good to you?
It did.
It felt good to me. Would you do me a favor? Would you make a table out of your hands? Make a table out of your hands. And Miss Kitty, would you do me a favor and shuffle your cards? Cut them or shuffle them any way you like.
Delighted.
Okay? And would you hold your cards for me? Very good. That's good. May I see your deck? Okay. Now, are you satisfied they're shuffled?
I know they are.
Oh, okay. Now, how many cards in a deck?
52.
52. What's half of 52?
26.
Very good. Would you cut 26 cards from my right hand to my left? Just do the best you can. Don't. Just take it straight across. Very good. 25, 27 is not bad. What's your favorite suit? Spade, club, diamond, or heart?
I like hearts.
Heart. H-E-A-R-T. I would like you to do me a favor. I want you to take the pen here and sign your name, your first, last, and then write Kitty across the bottom. Okay? We'll do it that way, wherever you're comfortable. Go ahead. And then write Kitty.
Okay.
Very good. Go ahead and close up. There you go. All right, very good. I'll take that. Now, do you have a boyfriend?
Certainly.
You do? And what's his name? How many letters in his first name?
3,
3. How many letters in his last name?
5.
3 and 5 is 8, right?
That's correct.
Now, my favorite mechanic is Di Verner. He's almost 100 years old and the greatest. He can take a card and within the blink of an eye, place it anywhere in the deck. Now, I want you to look at the audience, okay? And when I say go, I want you to blink your eye, okay? Go. See, that was cute. Do that again for the camera. All right. Let's see if your card is exactly 8 cards down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And do you recognize that signature?
Yes, it has my name and Kitty on it.
And would you do me a favor? Would you make a table with your hands? Make a table.
Yes.
Okay? Hold the cards for me. Don't let them fall out. Kitty, or Alice, did you know Doc Holliday used to hide cards in his pocket?
No.
He did. He was kind of a slimy cheat. And do you recognize that signature?
He had my card.
He had your card. Would you do me a favor? Would you make a table for me again?
Yes.
And would you do me a favor? Would you shuffle your cards again? Okay, give him a shuffle and a cut. Is that it?
Yes.
Okay, would you hold your cards? May I see your deck? Okay. Now, there are one signed card in this deck. I am going to attempt to cut to that one particular card. One-handed. And do you recognize that signature?
I certainly do. Kitties.
Kitties. Now, would you make a table for me again? Very good. And would you hold your cards? Kitty. Alice, did you know Judge Roy Bean? You ever hear him?
Yes.
Do you know he used to hide cards in his hat? He was also another slimy guy. Would you take that card and cut it into the deck again? There. Now, I want you to make sure your card's not on the bottom, somewhere in the deck. Now, Judge Roy Bean was an interesting character. He had some of the strangest cases in the history of our judicial system. One of his more memorable cases, a man falls 300 feet to his death. Now, the judge doubled at the corner, realized he was going to have to plant this guy 6 foot down, felt a $5 corner fee, not near adequate pay for the job. So he reverted back to his role as the judge, searched the body, found $44 in a revolver and said, I find this corpse, $44 for K and a concealed weapon. Would you do me a favor? Would you make your table again? Okay, hold your cards. Now, Kitty, I want you to pretend that I'm your friendly family female physician, and this is your annual checkup, okay? By the way, they haven't changed much in the past 100 years. I still want you to put your feet in the stirrups and promise it won't hurt a bit. Now, it won't hurt the doctor anyway. I'm just checking here. Don't get nervous. Just checking for lumps. Excuse me for a second. Excuse me. There we go.
Oh, you have my card there.
You recognize that signature?
Yes, that's mine.
Let me ask you a question. Hold your table. Hold the cards. Next time, wear a bra. Loose woman.
I'll consider that.
Alice, did you see your card go back to the hat?
No.
You held those cards, yes?
I held them.
Well, I want you to see that in the hat is nothing. May I see your hat? And would you check and make sure that is a sealed envelope?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Let's see what we can do here. And
Impossible.
It is.
do you recognize that signature?
I do. It's mine.
It's mine. Now, I showed you how some gamblers hid cards in their hat, other gamblers hid cards in their pocket, others in more desirable places. My favorite, would you hold this,
is where Kitty used to hide her cards. Excuse me. And do you recognize that signature?
There's my name on it.
Now, you each signed and selected a card, right? Now, we don't know what the face of yours is yet. Now, you signed a red card, you signed a blue card. Yours was the two of hearts. Now, it would have been astounding had you, in your freely selecting a card, also signed a two of hearts. However, it would have been astounding had you chose the same two that Kitty chose. That couldn't have been possible because your card was red, hers was blue. But I'm a pretty good cheat. Is that your signature?
Right.
Is that your signature?
Well, it is.
We have one card, two signatures.
Can do that.
And you may take the card and have it analyzed at your own convenience. You also may keep the decks as souvenirs. There's the cases for them.
Well, thank
your cards in.
you.
And just throw them in your pocket or off to the side for now. Now, you've all seen the Find the Pea Under the Shell game? Well, there's an equivalent done with cards. 100 years ago, it was called Pitch the Broad. Nowadays, better known as three-card Monte. Now, the best Monte pitcher of all time was a man named Canada Bill. His philosophy was, suckers have no business with money anyway. So he devoted his life relieving them of that burden. Now, most guys know that the hand is quicker than the eye. Well, this is one of the best examples of this. Now, I'd like to have three cards selected. Would you say stop?
Stop.
Right there. Would you take the card? Okay. And would you say stop?
Stop.
Would you take the card?
Sure.
Okay. And I'd like to have someone from the audience say stop. Okay? Would you show them the card? Keep your card separate from the person out in the audience. Show each other your cards. I won't look. I've seen this before. Okay? Show each other your cards. Okay? Would you place the person in the audience card in the deck? Okay? Remember the card. Okay? And would you place your card in the deck? Okay? Remember your card. And would you place your card? All right, we have three cards lost in the deck. Now, you've all seen the one-hand cut done with a small pack. Think it can be done with these big guys? There we go. Now, I'm going to attempt to match card with broad. Now, please don't let on if I'm right or wrong because I'll pay $1,000 for each one I miss. Alice, I believe your card was the 8 of diamonds, and I would like you to stand on that card with your left foot. Okay? Very good. And Kitty, your card, I believe, was the 5 of spades, and I would like you to stand on that with your right foot. And the card selected from the audience, I believe, was the Ace of Hearts. Would you hold the deck for me? And I'm going to take the Ace of Hearts and place it into my hat. Now, is that correct? The card in the audience was the Ace of Hearts. You had the 5 and you had an 8. Is that right? Yes or no? What was
No.
What was your card? Quickly.
The one that
Oh, what was yours?
Now it's the Ace of Hearts.
And the 8 was the audience, or the 5 was the audience. Well, this is why they call it Pitch the Broad. I have to take these lovely ladies and heave them across the stage onto their own cards. But the hand is quicker than the eye. Why, you see, in the hat we have the card selected from the audience, the 5. And would you take and turn over your card down there and see if it's the card you selected? Show the people out and
correct.
And would you turn over yours for us?
Oh, I can't believe that.
Good thing the hand is quicker than the eye. Just saved myself $3,000.
Yeah, I had it spin already.
Now, earlier I mentioned George Duval. In his 40 years cheating on the Mississippi riverboats, he claimed to have more rough and tumble fights than any other man alive. Now, Duval was good with his fists, but his most formidable weapon, with which he won most of his fights, was his head. Now, guys, in case you're caught cheating, I want to show you how to develop a hard head. Ladies, would you stand back just a little bit? Take a board and do this. It really feels good. Would you like to try?
No, sir.
I didn't think so. Now, I know you can't wait to run out of here and try this. Don't do it. It hurts.
I'm proud of that. Don't worry about my trying it.
All right. It's now time for the moment I've been waiting for. We're going to play a little poker. Don't worry, I'm not going to take your money. This is strip poker. It's
Oh.
my personal favorite, especially when I do the dealing. Now, it was well known through the West that Alice was the better player between the two ladies. I'm sorry, Kitty. So this is going to be a competition between Alice and myself for the Strip Poker Championship of the West. Now, so you understand the rules, I'm going to play one hand with Kitty first. Would you shuffle the cards, and I'll tell you the rules. What we're going to do is cut either high or low. Whoever is closest to the card you select, high or low, wins. The other person must remove one item of clothing. Simple enough, all right? Very good, thank you. Now, would you like to cut high or low?
I like the high.
You want to cut high, all right? I have a card. Now, cut yourself a card. Just cut them across and pull a card off. Any way you like. All right, and what do you have?
I have the 8 of hearts.
Well, I have a very light card. I think I have an ace.
Yeah, you beat me.
I beat you. I'm sorry. Would you shuffle or cut the cards? It's time to remove Kitty's titties.
Uh-oh.
I bet you're happy about that, though, aren't
Thank
you?
goodness.
All right, now are you ready, Alice?
Ready.
Would you like to cut high or low?
I'll cut high.
Cut high, she says. All right, I have a card. Cut yourself a card. And what do you have?
4 of hearts.
Ooh, that's not hard to beat. I think I have a very light card, another ace.
Ah.
Well, I have been waiting all night to see this lady topless. And I'm not disappointed. Tell you what do you say we increase the stakes? Let's go for 2 items. Let's bet on boots. I'll bet my boots against those nice shoes of yours.
Okay.
I've been looking for a pair like that.
I know.
Okay, would you like to cut high or low?
Low.
Low, she says. She's tired of this high business. All right, I have a card. Cut your card. And what do you have?
Jack of
Oh, that's not very low. I think I have a very light card. I have a 2. That's an ace. And we bet. Oh, would you shuffle those up? 2 items? Oh, well, there's my boots.
good for you.
I could have used
We're
those.
shuffling.
All right. What do you say we increase the stakes? Let's go all or nothing.
All right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Are
This
you
is
wearing
what
a...
you see.
6 items of clothing, okay? High or low?
High.
You want to cut high again, huh? All right, I have a card. Cut yourself a card. And what do you have?
3 of spades.
Oh, you went high. Well, I think I beat you. I have an ace. A deuce. I've heard of your reputation. That's 5
Well,
items,
I'm
right?
pretty good.
Well, there's 1. 2.
You want some
3.
help?
Would you like to help?
Yes.
4. It's your property now.
Yeah. All mine. Ooh, I hope.
5. And we said 6, didn't we?
Mm-hmm. That's what the number was. My.
I quit. You win. You're the champ. This is where the game ends. I have your money and you have my clothes. And I want to say thank you. And I want to say thank you all of you out there. And if there's any sucker out there that would like to play some poker, please give us a call. Thank you. Take a bow. Take a bow. Take a bow. Thank you.